33 guy. Today I'm talking about life, death, things like that. Yeah. So ever since I was young, I always had an interest in life after death and what occurs, stuff like that. Which is why I ended up writing about out-of-body experiences. So if you look at all those near-death experiences that people report, they are a subset of out-of-body experiences. So I'm going to elaborate on that a bit. To have an out-of-body experience, you could be in a car accident, all of a sudden, boom, you're out and watching yourself as, watching your body as this scenario goes under. You could be sleeping, next thing you know, you're waking up, you're in the corner of the room, you're looking down at your body and say, oh wow. Most of us at that point get scared. Fear will bring you back into the body. They can be initiated by dreams. I remember once I was on top of my roof. After I fell asleep, next thing I know, I'm on top of the roof. I said, oh gosh, I'm out of my body. And the next step was to jump off the roof, go floating, flying. But because in that state, that reality is more real than this 3D reality, I got scared. Next thing I know, boom, back in my body, woken up. Near-death experiences occur near death. And I'm going to give you some general idea what people often experience, whether they're on an operating table, in a car crash, some event that puts them in the hospital or something like that. They will initially just experience themselves out of their body and looking at their physical surroundings. And then from there, it can get deeper and deeper. The deeper experiences are, okay, you're floating, let's go through the ceiling. Maybe you see, there's a famous one about this guy who saw a red shoe on a roof while he was unconscious in the operating room, and of course that was confirmed. There's a transition that your mind makes that we experience either as a tunnel or a gate. Tunnels are more frequent. You're going through a tunnel and you initially will have some kind of darkness. At that point, that's where a lot of us in sleepland will just move into unconsciousness. If you can maintain your consciousness at that time, maintain awareness at that time, you'll move through that darker phase, and then you will generally, you encounter deceased friends and relatives or pets or, and from there, they're greeting you. A lot of them, of course, if it's a near-death experience, oh no, it's not your time yet, you got to go back. Some will be more extended that allows you to experience a deeper level of that experience. You meet with your higher self, guardian angel. Some people will think it could be God. That's what they report. I personally believe it's just there's a whole bureaucracy before we hit that final aspect of the intelligent, conscious universe that we refer to as the ultimate source. And then there's people that, oh, well, let me show you what they call the Akashic Records. It's a aspect of your unconscious mind and the universal mind that ask any questions, you have an answer. You get an answer. Those events generally occur when people are having a near-death experience, a cardiac arrest, a car accident, different things like that. The most important aspect of the near-death experience, which will really help us in this 3D life, is the single question that is asked of you. When you go through that life review and all that, you see what you've done to other people, both the good and the bad, and you get to experience it from their perspective. You get to experience how your thoughts and actions have impacted them. So be good. And that is it. So the question that you will be asked is, how well have you loved? That's the only thing that ends up being really important in this world, in this life. And side bit here, people will, assess their situation with their higher self, which is more them than our own conscious self. And they say, oh, geez, I could do better. Let me go back and try again. Sure, that's the whole reincarnation bit, right? Bam, bam, and you're back in there. Time there is totally different experience than time here. We are really bound by that clock and that linear aspect of how we break up our time. The question is always good to keep in mind. Imagine this is your mantra. Did you know that eventually any judgment that will happen will be by yourself, you and your higher self, that will be giving you such incredible unconditional love in a way that you've never experienced it. It is just imagine the room that you're in and you rip the roof off and shove it under Niagara Falls. That was the most powerful natural phenomena I've ever experienced. Except it's not water. It's a blessing. It's pure, and you know at that moment it's pure, it's unconditional love, and you're just bathed in it. It's a shower. That's what your higher self will give you. I think the universe is giving us that all the time. We are so caught up in our own ego, our own thoughts, our own passions. We are unable to be open to that experience. How well have you loved? Good question now. Great question then. The only thing that really counts. This is the 33 guy. I hope everything is going well in your life. You take care. Be good to each other.